If you do not skip the entire video, you can now get the important information. If you like the video, please like and comment. Share more important information with others. Beer. Do you know how it is made? Beer is one of the most consumed beverages worldwide. Although unlike other drinks, most beer drinkers are unaware of how it is made. We will explain in a simple way how one of the oldest fermented drinks of humanity is made, which refreshes us every summer and accompanies us every winter. In the world, 182,690,000,000 liters of beer are consumed per year. What are 500 million liters per day, which is 5,800 liters per second? To make beer you need water. Between 85 and 92% of the beer content is water, so it is a moisturizing drink that quenches thirst. The type of water used determines the quality of the beer. It has to be pure, potable water, free of flavors and odors, without excess salts and without organic matter. Malta. They are barley seeds after being processed. They germinate for 3 to 5 days until the shoots reach between 1 and 3 centimeters. Once dried or roasted, the shoots are removed, using vibrating plates, eliminating the small roots that form during germination. The objective of the germination process is the production of amylase, an enzyme that barley in its natural form does not possess. Amylase is responsible for degrading starch, to form simple sugars such as glucose, which will then ferment. Brewing can be done with any cereal that has starch and therefore that can be malteable. Hops. Humulus lupulus is the plant that confers the bitter taste and aroma so characteristic of beer. It is a climbing plant of the cannabis family and is responsible for stabilizing the foam, the bitter taste of beer, and conservation aid, thanks to glands full of a yellowish resin called lupulin found in flowers. Hops sprout from a buried strain whose half-life is 12 to 15 years. Yeast. They are unicellular microorganisms of 5 to 10 microns that transform by fermentation the carbohydrates and amino acids of cereals in ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide, CO2. Beer from its origins to the present. The origins of beer date back to the beginning of cereal cultivation. Some authors relate beer to the production of bread by the casual fermentation of grain, about 8000 AD, placing the most likely places in the Euphrates Valley, in present-day Syria and Turkey. However, there is no archaeological evidence that demonstrates the brewing of these civilizations. Archaeological evidence shows the use of fermentation of wheat and barley in ancient Egypt during the pre-dynastic era from 6000 to 3100 BC. In addition, Greek historians give constant references to the Egyptians as inventors of beer and bread. Although it seems that it was the Sumerians who gave the best recipe to make it from a dough of bread, wheat and barley, soaked and enriched with sugar from dates, to ferment. Then they added some fruit or grass to the beer to give it other flavors and sealed the contents in a jar. Beer was considered a food in ancient Egypt, for the nutrients that are produced after fermentation, ethanol, fatty acids, amino acids and various vitamins. It was also considered a medicine. The beer for the Greeks and Romans was considered a drink of the lower classes, as the farmers made their own beer, while the wine was the drink of the upper classes. It is in the Middle Ages and in Europe, when different types of beer are developed and hops are added to aromatize and preserve the product better. In Asia, it began to be elaborated in 1820 in India during the English occupation. Years later, in Sapporo, Japan, a brewery was established in 1876 under the control of German brewers. China is the world's largest producer of beer, 49 billion liters per year, while France is the largest producer of beer barley in Europe. The ranking of producers is: China uses Brazil, Russia, Germany, Belgium, France beer and its 4 brewing phases. The transformation of barley into malt lasts 8 days and is divided into 4 phases: 1.30 hour soak, 2.3 to 5 day germination, 3 dried or roasted at 85 degrees Celsius, 4 determination, eliminating the small roots that are formed during germination, using vibrating plates. 1.2 K of barley is needed to obtain 1 K of malt, and 14 K of malt to get 100 liters of beer. Please subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to get the next update.